working smarter. We serving better. Registry under reform, making change for the better. Customs reforming too. Social services under reform, making change for the better. Legislation under review. The process simpler, transactions easier. We digitize with computer. ICT provisions, we aim for excellence, building a great public sector. Oh yeah, making change for the better. Making change for the better. Na 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 na, oh yeah. Working round the clock, online and at the dock. Custom software has secured better and faster. Will help to bring down cost, reverse revenue loss, put in order, make much better the energy sector. A stable government, long-term development, training and advancement, a dynamic, efficient, accountable service for political, social, fiscal progress. Registry under reform, making change for the better. Customs reforming too. Social services under reform, making change for the better. Legislation under review. The process simpler, transactions easier. We digitize with computer. ICT provisions, we aim for excellence, building a great public sector. Oh yeah, making change for the better. Making change for the better.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Top of the morning to all listeners of DBS Radio, friends and supporters and well-wishers of DBS Radio, and also our persons who always look forward monthly to our Voices of Change radio program. I am Gloria Joseph, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Labor, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship, and Small Business Development. And I'm here as your host on Voices of Change today, where our focus will be on our recently concluded, and I would dare say successful, hosting of TV Village Creole, Tudbite Dominic. And so I'm excited to bring you this program this morning, excited that you are in the listening audience and that we have a wonderful, warm, hot, sunny day, whatever you want to call it, in Dominica. But we'd rather that than downpours and high winds, and we're running for cover. We are grateful to be in the land of the living today. And I'm pleased to represent the Ministry of Labor and certainly my ministers, Honorable Miriam Blanchard, and Acting Minister of Labor, Honorable Darren Pinard. So we have a good program lined up for you, and we ask you to stay tuned for the next few minutes, running into 1 hour of our time. The Voices of Change is a program of the Ministry of Labor Reform Management Unit, where we bring information, we shed light, and we ensure that you are attuned to what's happening not only in the Ministry of Labor but in the public service of the government of Dominica. And we have a responsibility to keep you properly informed of development items, things that we are committed to, promises made by the government, the work and the services provided by the various line ministries of government. And so it is my pleasure to introduce my guest panel to you today, or to have them directly introduce themselves to you. I hope they are relaxed and comfy in the very cool and lovely ambience of DBS Radio. And so I go to our very first guest, who is one of the vendors of TV Village Creole, and then we will come down to our next guest in the middle, and our super guest. She's laughing, but that is our platinum sponsor representative, and she'll tell you who she is and what she does. So, would my guest kindly introduce yourself to DBS's listening audience?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Shamin Defoe. I'm from Shams Catering. I'm also one of the main vendors from T Village. I've been there from inception, and I guess during the course of the discussion, we'll hear more from me.
Definitely, we look forward to it, Shamin. And you do look lovely this morning.
Oh, thank you, Gloria.
My middle guest.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vanilla Ole. No guest, or I shouldn't say guest,
No stranger.
no stranger to DBS Radio or to the airwaves. So I'm happy to be back here again, talking TV Village and TV Village, talking TV Village. I'll let PS just guide the discussion, but I'm happy to be here again.
Yes, thank you. And we go to our third guest in studio.
Good morning to you, Gloria, and good morning to all the listeners of DBS Radio. My name is Aronia James. I am the brand manager at Dominica National Lottery. I am no new voice. I know you hear my voice every Friday on our program Lotto Info, but I am here to mention, of course, that we partnered with the ministry, and we are the platinum sponsor of TV Village Creole. We will speak to you about how we partnered with the ministry, what we did, how we brought to you the new game, not a new game, but we brought to you Blast in the Pack, which you saw. So we will speak to you as the program goes on. You will learn more about the lottery and how we partnered with the ministry.
Okay, wonderful. So it's a packed program, very insightful and interesting discussion we will have. As I mentioned, the Ministry of Labor is here, Labor and Small Business is here to talk about the TV Village Creole. But in starting, as a starter, I would really want to say a big thank you to all of Dominica, all our visitors at home and abroad, everyone who was here for the independence celebrations, and you had a piece of TV Village Creole. We would not be able to talk of any level of success. We would not be able to speak about any type of achievement, even the challenges that we faced, if we did not have you. So from every one of you, from the smallest to the greatest, everyone that came, some that came for the fun, some that came for the food and beverage, some that came for the kids zone, the kids world, some that came to meet with friends and family and have that rendezvous in the park, others that came for all different intents and purposes, certainly never for trouble, but just for a good time, because we do know that Dominicans love a nice time, a good time, and it's a fact. But we want to say a big, big, big thank you to all our patrons. And in terms of our sponsors, the government of Dominica was indeed the headline sponsor and the major supporter of TV Village Creole. Without the endorsement of the Prime Minister, of the Minister for Labour, of the Cabinet, of the team of permanent secretaries, without the support of the public officers, the rank and file of the public officers who were part of various committees, without the support of the private sector coming on board with us, and even the agencies of government like DDA, that and DFC, who were really, really strong partners. Everybody played their part in one way or another without the support of the media, and we are grateful for the support of the media, the various media houses, whether online media or the norm, the ordinary media houses, the traditional media houses that we have in Dominica, were part and parcel of bringing you TV Village Creole, extending the activities in the gardens to you wherever you were. We are indeed grateful to all our photographers, our videographers, everyone who played a part in ensuring that the decor was on point on a daily basis, and the entire team of the Ministry of Labor, the Ministry of Tourism, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Trade, the Ministry of Housing, the Ministry of Public Works, especially the electrical division. I mean, it was a whole team approach because there are so many moving parts in TV Village that we could not do it without the support, the collective efforts of many people. This year we had 31 major sponsors on board. They were sponsors both in cash and in kind, some in cash only, some with a combination of cash and kind, and also putting their names out there. We had a number of influencers, spreading the message. We had radio stations in Antigua, in St. Thomas, and certainly the DDA in promoting the festival did take a good interest and pushed TV Village Creole. So in terms of our sponsors, one of our guests, Miss James, has already told you that the Dominica National Lotteries was our platinum sponsors. Platinum sponsors are sponsors who make a contribution of $50,000 EC dollars or more. And so that tells you how significant that contribution is. These types of contribution help us after the event to be able to write the bills off. I mean, you could have a great event, but if following the event, people are dissatisfied that they're not getting their bills paid, they're not getting proper feedback, they're not getting their refunds if they were entitled to refunds, like deposit refunds, if they are not hearing the report, the story, if they're not hearing thank you, then you can't say that you have a successful event. It's all of those things pre the event, during the event, and post the event that makes it a real success. And so we want to thank besides the Dominica National Lottery, we want to say special thanks to some of our other sponsors. I may not necessarily identify the class of sponsors in this program, but I want to highlight that we had the Aid Bank, we had Corpef Insurance, Bonus Car Rental, Central Cooperative Credit Union, the National Cooperative Credit Union, Family Dental Practice, Harris Paints Dominica Limited, Chase Limited, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, Malcolm Stevens and Son, Belfast Estate Limited, Flow Dominica Limited, DBS Radio, Domlec, Dowasco, FSI Creative, Kyrie FM, Vibes Radio, One Click to Go. There are other foreign banks that you may not know of, but they did contribute. Offshore banks, King Ocean Service Dominica, CR5, that is the subcontractor for Evolve Entertainment, D&E Vision, Fab Consulting, National Bank of Dominica, Petro Caribe, and other smaller sponsors. We recognize their contribution, Arden Songs, and others who played an integral role in bringing TV Village Creole to you. So on behalf of the government of Dominica, I really want to say a public thank you to all our sponsors, to all our staff, all the committee members, everyone who played a part or just visited and had some fun at TV Village Creole. Without you, 2025 would not have been the resounding success that we think it is. But we want to take it from the perspective of the guests in studio, and they represent various groups like vendors at TV Village. We had well over 100. I think it was about 120 vendors this year. Last year we had 85. This year we ramped it up to 120. And they were in the categories of food and beverage, craft and agro-processed products, clothing and textile, and all kinds of stuff. All right. And then our featured agriculture product, featured agriculture was beekeeping, honey in the tongue. And Miss Ole is here as PRO and director, I think. I hope I got it correct.
Yes, you did.
Of the National Beekeepers Cooperative Society Limited. And as I mentioned that I must remember to recognize the UN, the Caribbean office of the UN based in Barbados, and their support to us through Mr. Marlon Marie, who is the the representative of the office, the main office in Dominica, and they did make a special donation to the Beekeepers Society, Cooperative Society. So we'll hear from them, and we will hear from Dominican National Lotteries. So to take it off, we're going to the featured item, the featured masterpiece this year of Tea Village Creole, the Beekeepers. So Vanilla, would you tell us about your involvement preparing for this, and how you think it was executed?
Well, first and foremost, we were more than excited on the opportunity for us to collaborate with the government of Dominica to host Honey in the Town at Tea Village. As we know, every year there is a featured product, and when we were contacted to collaborate on having honey and bees as a featured product, without a doubt, we were more than happy, because we're always excited about the opportunity to talk about bees and talk about the importance and the relevance of bees. And honey as well. I mean, most of us know what honey is, but for us at Honey in the Town, at the National Beekeepers with Honey in the Town, we were able to explore much more than just the honey. We were able to give persons that experience as to the entire steps that it takes, the true story of beekeeping, from the pollination of flowers all the way down to our value-added products. And I must say, at that event at Honey in the Town at Tea Village, we were able to to grow the masses' knowledge. For example, we had products that are unknown, I would say. We had a honey cocktail. I mean, you would not have known that there is something called honey cocktail. So we had honey cocktails. We had honey wine, which is mead, which is actually the oldest, and most people don't know that this is the oldest form of alcohol. It's in the Bible, mead. So it is a fact. So we had mead. We had honey lollipops. We had honey cakes. We had cookies made from honey. And one of the highlights that we had in specific that I really want to touch on was the variety of honey that we have on island. And our honey is not just of superb value locally but regionally, because our beekeepers consistently win regional and international awards for our honey that we have produced here on island. So we had honeys from different parts of the island, and persons were able to sample, based on the you could see the differences based on the color, based on the consistency, based on the flavor. So that was one of the highlights that we had. We had our live bees, so persons would have been able to see the bees, see them in their natural, or rather in an enclosed safe space, including our queen bee, which most people would not have had the opportunity to have seen. We had displays on the types of tools and equipment that we utilize, which is very important as a beekeeper. So we had those things on display. We had images of different areas that you would not have been able to have seen, especially, for example, the eggs. I mean, no one would have seen a bee egg. You don't know what a bee egg looked like. But at that event, you had the opportunity to do that. We had other products that are made from the hive called the propolis, which most people do not know about. So we had that. It was basically a learning experience.
Yes.
But it was in a fun way. We had obviously our bee. Mr. B made an appearance. If you remember, B was on stage and had a ball of a time on stage with Triple K.
Yeah.
So had a ball of a time, and I mean, I don't think anybody had as much fun at Tea Village as B, because I mean, our mascot was in the crowd. She was dancing. She was at the kids zone. She was everywhere. So I mean, Honey in the Town at Tea Village was an experience, and again, we really want to say thank you to the government of Dominica for the opportunity to host Honey in the Town at Tea Village. It was very impactful. And just the opportunity to push beekeeping was an experience that we will not easily forget.
That's good. And I think you all did a tremendous job. And one of the things my takeaways was that we have to learn as consumers to differentiate between the real honey and the type of, if I may call it fake, or you all call it adulterated.
Right. So
honey.
we did have a focus on that as well, because that is very important. Globally, adulterated honey is one of the most prevalent foods, faked foods, I should say. Even in Dominica, we would think that we are immune to this issue, but we are not. We do have a situation here on island, and that is something that we really took the opportunity to stress on the importance of being careful as to what you purchase and what you put into your bodies. Honey is something that is natural. Honey is something that has immense health benefits: antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial. You could utilize honey for things like burns. You could put honey on your skin, and it actually helps with burns. That's something that they did in the ancient times. You can go back to the Bible again. So honey, you can use honey for so many health benefits. Even with digestive issues, you could utilize honey when you have, I mean, the most common one is sore throats and colds and flus, where everybody knows, you know, put your honey in a little glass with some lime, spin it, circle it, mix it, and it soothes your throat. So we all know of these benefits. So when we consume adulterated honey, there's absolutely no health benefits. Actually is detrimental to your
Just
health.
taking sucrose.
Yes, because sometimes you might take syrup or sugar and assume that this is honey, but it's not. So we really wanted the opportunity. We were grateful for the opportunity to express and to inform the public on the existence of adulterated honey, and, you know, give them little tips on what you can do to just test, to get an idea of the honey that you're purchasing, so you know what, let me stay away from this. Let me make sure that I'm getting honey from true, trusted beekeepers.
And I was glad, Vanilla, to be able to see some of your beekeepers there in person. And Kevin James, kudos to him for leading that charge with the team of beekeepers like Dr. Robinson and many others that I don't quite recall the name, but I do recall the name Roosevelt Skerritt.
I was actually coming to that. So that's something that we always boast about when we go to our regional congress. We do have Honey Congress, Beekeepers Congress, and we have OECS organizations. And every time we meet, whether it's virtually or in person, we always take the opportunity to boast. And I will boldly say, we take the opportunity to boast that our Prime Minister is a beekeeper, because none of the other OACS islands have that opportunity that we have. So he is a beekeeper, and we were more than happy to be able to display his products so that, you know, we can continue to boast that our Prime Minister is a beekeeper and he's a very strong advocate for the apiculture industry.
Yes, and I actually saw him signing on his membership. And
That is
putting
correct.
His business out.
That is correct. He's our newest member of our cooperative.
Identify with the society,
Yes.
you know, and that is good. And I recall Kevin really appealing to young people. They're looking for entrepreneurs in that business.
Yes.
So if you're interested, Vanilla will provide information as to how you can contact the Beekeepers Society, Cooperative Society, and how you can get more information as to the initial investment, the interest, your skills, you know, developing the capacity to do it. And business is not easy for anyone, but if you are really a go-getter and you're dedicated, you can be successful in it, learning lessons from those who have walked the path before you. So thank you so much, Vanilla, and thanks to the National Beekeepers Cooperative Society Limited for the great work that you are doing, and we were happy to be able to showcase you, along with the Ministry of Agriculture in particular, showcase you and to walk through that almost a literal hive. You felt like you were going there. Scores of school students, the children were just swarming into the area, the visitors, and everybody had such positive reviews.
Yes,
You know,
it was a
people
great
were
experience.
actually lining up and also doing the photo moments from the experience. Great job.
Thank you, PS.
Okay, so I'm going to go over to Shams, and Shamin is here. Shamin Defoe, you know, a constant name in TV Village. When I came on board in 2023, I got the name Shamin as well, knowing that she was there before my entry in 2022 from the first TV Village. And she's going to speak on her personal behalf, but maybe also give some reflections on what was the experience like for her in the food and beverage, I think it was, Shams,
Yes.
for you coming on board the fourth time in a row.
Okay, good morning again. For me personally, I guess every year is a different experience. And it also is an opportunity to market my business. But more so, I think all the vendors in one way or the other benefit from TV Village. When I was asked to come onto this program, I took the opportunity this morning to reach out to different vendors from the different aspects, because I represent food. I also wanted to get from drinks and from somebody I know who sells beauty products. So this morning I took the opportunity to reach out to Lana at Eclair Nova Luxuries to get her feedback, and she too had only positive reviews in terms of the experience, in terms of the improved sales. I also reached out to Seacliff Drinks. They had marvelous reviews as well. So for me personally, from drinks, from food, some of the vendors had their concern because it's because of the different products that is being offered at Tea Village. You will find that it's easier for other vendors than for food vendors. But for me personally, from my own personal experience, the days that I have was present, they were excellent. This year I could not complain about
Wonderful.
much. I could not explain about much. It gave me the opportunity to market myself. I have seen increased sales in my business from that venture. Just because I had this year for the first time, I had my business card on site, so I was able to
Perfect.
give my business cards out. And from Tea Village, I've not stopped working.
No rest yet.
No. So I'm really not. I cannot complain. I think it's a good experience. I think it's a good experience not just for you personally, but for Dominica on a whole, because the majority of the people do come back. And surprisingly, some people who came to looking for me, they were there from customers who live from overseas, but they came back and they said, I remember you from 3 years ago. I came for them Monday. You were not there. I looked for you, So it gives you that purpose that, you not only reaching the local folks, but you're also reaching those from across the seas, that you can. So Tea Village really gives you as a vendor the whole experience, the whole exposure. Just not just to produce, your food. Yes, you come and you can always easily come and sell a plate of food. Yes, but it's not just your food. Gives you a chance to improve your presentation each year.
Exactly.
Your booth setup. This year I came with my logo, my banners. So it really gives you more. You develop as you go. As the Tea Village on its own develops, you develop along with it. So I also want to thank Tea Village for the opportunity to be there for the number of years. And I guess if each year, if I get the chance to be there, then it will give me a chance to improve my business and Dominica on the whole in terms of what we offer.
Perfect. We're very proud of what you're doing, Charmaine, and it is really a marketplace. It's a real potent marketplace. Maybe you would not interact with that volume of the number of customers
no
that
on a usual
come to
basis,
you on
no.
a regular basis. You would not have that. So it is a marketplace, and that's why the government of Dominica has thrown its full force, both in terms of the money, the investment, the infrastructure needed, and the human resource. So government's investment is bigger than just a budgetary sum. It is all of those hours multiplied by the hourly rate of every worker that is there in the park, every public officer that would be there in the gardens from before 12, because we had to be there long before our patrons come in and long after our patrons have left, and even after the event has folded, the pulling down, the demobilization, the meetings, the reviews, tracking things and making sure every vendor got back what was theirs, and every supplier got back his tables, his chairs, his tents, and those kinds of things. So government really has made a significant investment. If we have to quantify it, it is a large sum, bigger than the Tea Village budget in itself. So, Charmaine, I'm grateful for you and the many other food and beverage vendors. Speaking of Lana Athanas, before we go to our next guest, I interacted with Lana this morning. She and I have a consistent rapport. And she had a post, and I called her about the post, and I said, Lana, I'm shivering just looking at your post, reading through it. And I told her, can I read your post on my program this morning? She said, sure, PS, go right ahead. Because I have a lot more to say, but I'm just doing daily posts now. So I'm just going to take a quick post. Do we have a caller? All right. We're going to the line for a caller. Good morning, caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, morning.
Good morning. This is Voices of Change.
Okay. I'm just listening to your program. You're speaking about Tea Village Creole and
Yes.
what was going on
Yes.
for the independent.
Yes.
I really want to congratulate whoever organized it, the government.
Yes.
It's a very big footstep to move forward for the small business and
Yes.
also the big business too, because a
Yes.
lot of the wholesale people bring in drinks, they also consume.
You are
What I
so
would
right.
what I would like to see,
Mm-hmm.
just close to us in our region there, I'm not even going to the other speaking Caribbean island like
Yes.
Barbados. We have at least almost 1 million between Guadeloupe and Martinique.
Mm-hmm.
After the World Creole Festival,
Mm-hmm.
we have a period of time up to Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
Because just now is Carnival.
Yes, we have a gap.
But on beyond Carnival, what Tivilas Creole could be in another environment for small business people?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can imagine the other amount of small business people that don't get a fit in the gardens.
Yes, I hear you.
What the things we can do? We can use the market? Do the authority can give us the market? Between those times, just as Tivilas Creole at the time for the independent, for the other small business people, because I'm saying it's not a 2 days or 3 days business. When you want to invest, a lot of your money, you take little loans on your own sometime and you invest in small business. You don't have the right space. Everybody cannot blend in Roseau.
Yes.
We all see what happened across the bridge with the coconut vendors because they didn't put up a right structure for them and they cannot develop it because the land belongs to them. It's the authority that have to come and put facilities there, just as the fishery. How you see they selling the fish for the coconut vendors. What the authority can do for the small business people, because we have plenty, there are a lot of
Yes.
products people make, soaps, and it's high quality. Even the Prime Minister have products. And ministers of government, they do manufacturing.
Yes.
I'm seeing a building right next to the credit union. Do the government put $40 million for small business in the aid bank? Many of us cannot get assistance. And I'm also a small business. I do manufacturing. If you go buy Astafan, you go buy S-Mark, you see some products like the ginger oil,
Yes.
moringa oil, cayenne cream, nutmeg cream. I produce them. My name is Ronnie.
Yes, Ronnie.
So I'm just asking those
Okay.
little things there. The government put some money there. Do they
Yes.
$45 million? Do they buy in a spot for Tivilas Creole year round? Because Mackenzie do that some years back, under the European Union program. Because we get training from the European Union under STABEC. And Mackenzie had a small supermarket in Roseau. He just didn't have the finance to maintain it.
Yeah.
Savre Mackenzie. So I'm just bringing those little
Okay,
ideas
so,
for you. It's
yes.
something that have to continue. And also do more marketing
Yes.
for different products as the year goes one by one. Because we have neighboring island and they want to spend. You have retired people. You have people like Wadix. The same set of people you had promoting the World Creole Festival, Miss Alexis and many others. They can go out there and get the retired people to come down here sometimes of the months and have a 2 days or 3 days just touring around Roseau on the countryside. Have a good day, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very much for your comments. And yes, we have taken note of what you have put forward. We also have in plan a northern version of Tivilash coming up. We are actually in discussion about it. It's possible pre the carnival. We will have something in the northern belt, the northern region, to cater for a number of the businesses that, as you're correctly stating, that would not yet have the opportunity to do the Roseau part. And also the ministry has a number of trade shows that are planned, smaller trade shows for different parts of Dominica. And I would inform you also that the Ministry of Agriculture has the Youth in Agriculture Forum that does some things, and also they deal with agro-processing. The DYBT also does host a number of events across the island to stage and to display products and services and to give an opportunity for salesmanship and training as well. And government does have a project on the table that the Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance also articulated about, and my own minister spoke to it in Parliament for the budget, and that is a facility for agro-processors and small manufacturers that is expected to come on stream, or at least work progress towards it from this fiscal year. So there are a number of things on the table. We do see the private sector coming on board too, and we think that it is very important that the private sector see its role, not just delegating it to the government. The government creates the enabling environment for these types of initiatives to take off and to thrive, but the private sector is encouraged to see the opportunity, as you have so well spoken about, to see the opportunity to create, the facilities that are needed so that small businesses like yours and others would have a consistent year-round presence and be able to attract more clients, more customers to them. But thank you for your contributions, and we've taken note of that. Okay, time moves very quickly when you're doing lovely things, so let's take a quick break to give a highlight on what we're doing here, and then we'll go to Dominican National Lotteries.
Breaking barriers, expelling fear, making a difference in every sector, transforming our nation one step at a time, at a time. Energetic, precision, dedicated and fearless, committed to progress, we'll never stray. In the quest for development, we'll always sway. Feel the rhythm, feel the beat, in unity our courage complete. For the love of country, our anthem of change. Together we stand, together we build. We're the voices of change, loud and clear. Breaking barriers, dispelling fear, making a difference in every sector. Transforming our nation, one step at a time. In a jet at a time.
Welcome back. Again, I am Gloria Joseph, and this is Voices of Change. And thank you, those of you who are in the listening audience, those of you who are tuned in, those of you who are watching via YouTube, DBS YouTube or Facebook page, or even DBS Instagram, if you can get that there. We are grateful that you're tuned in from the offices, from the ministries, departments, wherever you're listening to us in and out of Dominica. We're happy that we could bring you this, and I hope that you're getting some information. Just before we take our last presenter on this program, I did want to make mention of the creative industry that was very much a part, the entertainment sector, that was very much a part of TV Village Creole. And we want to really, in their own terms, big them up and, recognize them putting themselves forward, especially the up-and-coming groups, performing artists, cultural groups, bands, individuals who perform and seeking a placement, a platform, and maybe they would not be of the rank to be at festival, but TV Village is a grooming place. It's a grooming ground. It's a nurturing ground for bringing them out there, because that's small business as well. Every performing group, every artist, every band is a type of business. They have to manage the various aspects of business as well. And so we recognize for day one, although day one was rain, for starters, but we did have the resilience of our Dominican people showcase in being there to perform. And so we had the likes of Angel Joseph, Flamboyant Dancers, T-Bois, DJ Epic, DJ Rems, DJ Pocket, the Kalinago Dancers, Tradi Bell, Monjon Cultural Group, Paybush Drummers, Simba Orchestra, Salt Experience, MFR, Rhythm Knockers, Midnight Groovers, Ridge and Pudas. That was day one. Quickly, on day two, we had DJ Shield, Selector Urban, Paybush Cultural Group, Whitey Kubali, Dance Theatre Company, YSM, Abia Israel, Zwadi, Explosive Band, D-Rush, Awinchi, Taffy and Co., Swinging Stars, and it ended with Asa Banton on night 2. And then we went to day 3. We had DJ Drix, DJ Real Boss, DJ MJ, Unstoppable DJs, YT Cirque, Umoja of Convent High School. We had Super Dan, Janet Azuz, Ignition, All Stars Band, Real, Michael Henderson, and it ended with TVK International. And then day 4, we had DJ Melbourne, DJ Snow, Bells Primary, Patriotic Dancers, Jacksons, Shatata, Dread in the Beard, I hope I'm getting them right, Intercore Unit, First Serenade, Pashiwalk, Ecstasy, Rio and Faithy, Trilogy, and it ended a little prematurely, but with Signal Band. So these were the groups of performers that we had, a large contingent, and also representing the industry, the creative industry in Dominica, and taking with them a significant portion of the budget. So talking of the budget, we are going to Dominica National Lotteries, your first-time partnership in TV Lash Creole. Miss Eronia, do I have it correct? James. We can't hear you. My technical person, maybe the audience can hear you, but I don't hear you from the side. Technician. DBS technician. Okay. I'm not sure if they're hearing you outside, but Eronia, you can. Yes, we're not hearing her. Thank you.
Okay. It seems like when I'm ready to speak, the mic is off. But first off, I would like to say a special thank you to the government of Dominica for reaching out to us at Dominica National Lottery so that we could partner with you on such a... You can still hear me, right? Because I saw my screen go. Okay. So that we could partner with the government on such a tremendous activity. I realized, and I was sitting and listening to everyone, and one of the things that came to my mind was this year was such a melting point. And the reason why I will say that is because we have the persons with the B cooperative coming on board. We have the food vendors, we have the government, the different persons working in the background. And I'm saying it's so appropriate because when you think of how the bees work, in terms of how the bees get the honey organized, and I'm hearing you speaking PS about the persons in the background, because I worked very late into the night with my team at Dominica National Lottery. I want to say first off thank you to the entire team at Dominica National Lottery, because putting our booth together, it was a lot of work, and you had a lot of persons working late into the night, and you could see that it was really a melting point. A lot of work was put in to get TV Lash out there. You had persons from the electrical division working very late. It had different persons at different booths, getting their booths up. And persons and patrons come to the event, and then they see everything looking so nice and so lovely, and you don't know the amount of work
that
and
goes
effort
on.
that goes into putting up a stage, putting up a booth, putting up such a experience for persons. So first off, I want to say thank you to everyone who partnered with the government of Dominica. Thank you to the Beekeepers Cooperation, because their booth was such an amazing experience. And my team at Dominica National Lottery, the entire team, thank you, because our booth was an interesting one. You you go around Island, and the talk around Island is Dominica National Lottery and Blast Gaming. We usually have a lot of winners, and from the time I walk around the Roseau, persons ask me, did it drop? What is happening? Who won? Did somebody win the jackpot? And you may be wondering why it is always talk about the jackpot and the money, and that's why we put a booth at the park. This was our first time partnering with TV Lash Creole, and we were so happy to be part of that partnership, because many times persons hear about the games, but they could actually see what we are speaking about. They could try, they could get an experience, We have our video lottery terminals. It's not a casino, it's not gambling, it is an experience. So we have video lottery terminals, we have an entertainment center which is located on the second floor of Dominica National Lottery building, and we have 11 locations island-wide. Well, 12 now. We have 12 locations island-wide, and you can go to any of our locations and you can go and have an experience like no other. In Dominica, we have many different activities at different times of the year, but this is an activity where you can go with your friends, you can relax, you can chill, you can
Yes.
just unwind, and you can win while you're doing it. Can you imagine that? So, yes. So, I just want to let the public know that our booth was a hit. We want to thank you for that. Besides the fact that we got a lot of awareness out there, we did make a profit. I want to mention that on
Okay,
air.
now I'm ready to clap.
Yes, yes. We did make a profit, but for us it was not really about the profit. It was about the awareness, making sure that persons know what the games are, how it is played, how they can win. How they can participate at Blast Gaming. One of our mottos and one of the things that we like to mention is that you need to know your limits and you need to play within it, because many times people have the misconception that it's something that just takes your money away from you. We like to mention the fact that lottery and Dominican National Lottery and Blast Gaming is something that you can win, and you can win big. So far for the year,
Just one moment, Miss James. Call on the line. We recognize you. We shall pick up your call just now. Okay, go ahead, Miss James.
right. So at Dominican National Lottery, we've paid out quite a bit in terms of jackpots, in terms of our games. So far, in terms of our Blast Mystery Progressive Jackpot, we've paid out over 3 million, almost 4 million to jackpot winners. Actually, we have a presentation that will be happening very soon where we had 2 jackpot winners. One of our jackpot winners won at Macmillan's Gaming Station in Casa Comfort, where he won $360 something thousand.
Vanilla, I saw your eyes open.
Yes.
Look, somebody saying their cousin. Everybody finding their relative now.
And we had another winner who won at our own location $111,000. And last night, I'm not sure if you noticed at the park that we were pushing out our newest game, which is called Match 5. Last night, that is a game that can be won only by a Dominican. Yeah, it's a local game. So last night we had someone, the first winner, our very first Match 5 winner, who won over $90,000, $90,800. Congratulations to that lucky winner who won their ticket, or who purchased their lucky ticket at Mams in Massac.
Okay, hold on, Miss James. Do we still have that caller? No, the caller,
Yes, okay.
Good morning, caller, and our apologies for not getting to you much sooner, but you have an opening to speak.
Yeah, morning. That's erroneous, you know already. I have to tell you who I am. Long I don't win the money from Oliver, boy. What all you do is me now?
Good morning, caller. I am not sure what game you are playing, but I want to encourage you to
play in
continue
Daily
playing.
Free, I play in Big 4, I play in Match 5, I play in 1-off, I play in Play 4 and Scratch Game, Super 6. The only thing I doesn't do, I'm not a Blast person. So I did everybody other thing. I'm not in the Blast, but all the other games, you know already. Long I don't get a little 740 or 620 or 640 something. I play in a particular Daily Free there, and like as always sending 2 numbers, all don't sending the 3rd number. My Big 4, always sending 3 numbers, all not sending the 4th number. And what good time all you have now, I hear you advertising, but I tune in late because I'm cleaning.
Okay, caller, this is one of our loyal customers. One of our loyal customer, he is from Bath Estate. I pick up the voice. I do apologize. Sometimes, certain days are your winning days, certain days are not your winning days, but I want to encourage you to continue playing your numbers, because the minute that you change your number, or you change sometimes your number calls, which is the game of the name of the game. Lottery, is luck and chance for your number to call. So continue trying. You never know, it could be your lucky day today.
Okay. You see, we will have to ask lotteries to pay for this airtime on DBS Radio. We were talking TV Village, but now the caller has taken us off to
Take us off
what
track.
game to play now. Why are not winning now? You know,
But to
what
go
all you
back-
doing me there now?
Yes. But I
Yes.
just want to go back to TV Lash Creole and to the government of Dominica. At Dominica National Lottery, we like to sponsor and we like to make sure that we partner and we ensure that we give back and we do our corporate social responsibility. And one of the things that we like to do, we like to partner, we like to ensure that we support sports and culture. And for us, TV Lash Creole was just like a little touch, and we expect to partner with you. Hopefully
So we're looking
with
for bigger
Portsmouth.
box, bigger box next year.
Hopefully bigger and better. Yes, bigger and better. The event was a huge success. We look forward to seeing what is happening in Portsmouth. We will speak on that off air,
Yes.
of course. But other than that, we usually support sports and culture, the lighting of the playing fields all across the island. We partnered with the government on that. Every carnival season is coming up. We usually sponsor a queen contestant. We usually sponsor the village carnivals, different events, different activities. And for us, it's about giving back because Dominica National Lottery is for Dominicans. The Dominicans are the ones who make things possible when they purchase tickets, and they are the reason why we can give back. So we want to encourage you to continue playing the different games and to continue supporting us so that we can support you.
Okay. Well, we're down to the wire with 5 more minutes on air. I would like to again add thanks to the persons who were very instrumental in bringing you TV Large Creole edition number 4 in the 25 period for the Dominica Festivals Committee. We want to thank our coordinators and our event manager. Event manager was Karim Gis for the second year in a row of Fab Consulting. And Karim, thank you for your splendid job. We had teams on the ground. We had Liz Angle, who headed marketing and promotions. Liz is an officer at the Discover Dominica Authority. And yes, we had various persons who headed. We had Portia Nicholas, who is the director for Small Business Support Unit, and the entire team, Danny and Nola and Neil and, Amanda. I mean, somebody's going to kill me if I miss them, so I'm just going to say all of SBSU staff. But Portia was overseeing various aspects of the event, and we had the security teams, we had security firms that were there. I would not want to prejudice by talking about the security firms, that's for them to compete for the public attention. But we had the police, the Dominica Police Service in their numbers, who really played a key role in keeping things on the ground and having the control mechanisms in place, So there were many persons who were doing lots of things. Before I give each one of you last half a minute, I just wanted to, because I said I would, read the message posted by Lana Athanas of Eclat Nova Luxuries, Dominica's amazing Creole Independence season, October to November 2025. We are still recovering from the recent festival season. It was amazing. We are grateful for the events which we participated in and thank the organizers of these events for the opportunities to showcase and to vend our all-natural botanical products at Eclat Nova Luxuries. TV Large Creole, this was a huge production. It was very well executed and a great experience in every aspect. An event of this magnitude in support of over 100 local small businesses which has participated is important. We have benefited in so many ways, to name a few. We onboarded new customers, made new business contact, met existing customers from Dominica and overseas, and received great brand visibility. And she says, huge congratulations to the Small Business Support Unit, P.S. Gloria Joseph, Michael Walter, Petra Grell Shillingford, Karim Geese, the event manager, for another well-presented TV Large production. And she continues. But again, when we talk of teams, there were so many teams. We had Whitney White, who controlled the stage, and she had a coordinator for backstage and stage presence, Mr. Harold Seeley and his team. We had Arden that ensured that we had the stage set up, sounds, and some lights, and we had we did say we had Domlec on board as a sponsor, but we had the electrical division of government making sure that every tent had light and the voltage was correct and the wiring, and the entire Botanic Gardens was lit, and that was a partnership with Domlec. So thank you to everyone. Okay, I will ask my guests to have 30 minutes short at their final comments.
Okay, so again, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity for us as the beekeepers
30 seconds. Whoa.
to have been able to express ourselves at TV Large. It was a great experience, and we're hoping to collaborate in future with the government of Dominica and especially the Ministry of Labor moving forward.
Wonderful. That was Miss Ole.
Okay, myself, I'd like to thank the team for the hard work. I know it's a lot of work. I understand the background of having to everything organized. And I think all vendors, at the end of the day, when you ask them, they will tell you they're very grateful for the opportunity, for the exposure, and more so for the income that they generate during that time. So thank you again.
Thank you, Charmaine Defoe. Shams.
Okay, so on behalf of Dominica National Lottery and the team there, I would like to thank the government of Dominica, the entire team who put everything together, and of course to all our customers who came to support our booth at TV Large Creole and who got more awareness about blast gaming, what it is, and how you can win the jackpot. Of course, I want to encourage you all to visit our different locations island-wide and to participate in our different games.
Thank you very much. And that's where we say goodbye. Thank you for tuning in to Voices of Change. See you next month. God bless.
God bless.
The voices of change, loud and clear.